So the girl that I was talking to in my last video, in the last clip, we ended up hitting it off, and she offered me a place to stay last night and a shower, which was fucking fantastic and really nice of her. I've just came out this morning and found a bike shop to get a new fucking, I've got a new seat, but the attachment, I've had to pay 50 euros for a seat. This one's actually much spongier, but we'll see what happens. I can always change it. So it's very odd, it's very curious how if I'd have zigged when I zagged yesterday, if I hadn't stopped when I stopped, and whatever happened, I wouldn't have met that girl, Maria, and I wouldn't have came past this bike shop, because it was Easter Monday yesterday. So strange. The synchronicities, the coincidences of life. It's really odd, but I love it. I really love all of these instances. If I'd have zigged when I zagged. Which is exactly why I just lead with the heart. Everything I do is follow what the heart says, instead of using logic all the time, to be able to integrate the feminine aspects of me, instead of always being in the male aspect. Right, I think I'll get a coffee from now. But yeah, if you know about integration of the feminine and masculine, I came out of a woman. So to think that I don't have feminine parts is ludicrous. And a woman came out of a man's nutsack, for lack of a better term. So to think that she does not have masculine aspects is ludicrous. And we must integrate these things into our life. A very helpful man in the bike shop who sold me this 50 euro seat that I didn't need, but I needed the attachment, so it is what it is. He was like, where have you came from, where are you going? And I explained to him where I came from, Avignon. And I said, I'm going towards Lyon, and maybe Geneva. After getting recommendations from the locals, I think Geneva's on the cards. And he looked at me and the bike and he was like, you do realize Lyon is 100 kilometers away? I said, yeah. And he said, but the wheels on your bike are petite. I said, yeah, that's the whole point. It's a bit of a comedic joke that I'm doing this, but it's fucking great. What a great way to travel, because I can just whack it on a train. It folds down under a bus. Bonjour. And yeah, you can't get big bikes on a bus, so I do have the option of either of those. And then there's so much open space in France that it sometimes is pretty beneficial to get on a train or a bus, because, well, it's just vast, and I wouldn't want to be too far away from an infrastructure in case, I don't know, a disaster happened. You know, you've got to be cautious of such events that may occur. But I'm certainly going to stay on this cycle path. Certainly staying on this cycle path now, all the way probably to Geneva. I just feel like, yeah, it's the option. It's the way to go. I'm kind of hoping for a day where I cover some decent distance. Don't want to put a number on it, but I'd like to get halfway to Lyon, at least. Or tomorrow evening be able to arrive there. They, some of the locals did say to me, you may as well get the train from Vienna, because there's like 20 kilometers of industrial nastiness that are just no good for the views. So that would probably be how I arrive in Lyon, via train from Vienna. But yeah, there's been some women distracting me, I'm not gonna lie. But that's what it's about, the side missions. Don't be opposed to forming a new relationship with someone and learning some things. Making the uncomfortable silences very comfortable. Sitting in it, breathing in it, and making the other feel comfortable around you. You know, so there's language barriers and whatnot. So you've got to let the body language do the talking. You've got to relax your nervous system and make sure their nervous system is relaxed too. And I really like the body language aspect of the communication. It's actually beautiful. You know, what you can explain with just a hand action, with a bit of passion in the body language, is really beautiful. It's beginning to get a little bit more wild. Look at that. Still don't think I want to swim in it yet. Maybe as I get closer to Switzerland. But yeah, it's looking really nice. Another glorious day. What more could you wish for, eh? I've had kindness from strangers pretty much non-stop. Bonjour. Oh, they were fucking a little bit grumpy, I think. So a few years ago, I was looking on Google Maps, as I always do. Starts making ideas for me. And I was looking at the French Riviera and how I thought, right, surely we can get a bike around there and just go along the coast. And I know that around that area is like Millionaires Row. So I thought, well, what would happen if I just wild camped? You know, slept on beaches and whatnot. And fantasize. And then the other day, I was looking at flights and I thought, well, I've never even bothered to check to see if you can get a bike on a flight. I've always thought about renting one when I get there. So I was looking, how much does it cost to get a bike on a flight? A Ryanair flight. 60 quid. I didn't have a foldable bike at the time. So I got on Facebook Marketplace and I thought, well, let's find out how much a second-hand foldable bike is. And then I was messaging all these people. Some of them had them for 20 quid, 40 quid. I went to go and check one out. It was like, that ain't getting me up and down France, not for shit. So I left that one. And then there was a, whoa, shit the bed, that was a bit fast. Then there was a pair being sold, this one and another one. 140 they wanted for it. I thought, right, we'll offer them a wanna and explain, I'm only after one, but if they want to sell the pair, here's my offer. And then they compromised at 120. I drove up there, went and picked it up, and the woman was like, yeah, you know, we'll just take it down, park and that. Take it down, park and back. And I thought, I really want to tell her that this is going to get me back from France. But sometimes if you tell the wrong person who can't perceive your vision, the dream gets destroyed by negativity. So sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut and get on with it. And here I am doing exactly what I said I wanted to do, but in a different way. So, missing a flight, I mean, I shouldn't be here, but it's all worked out perfectly. Really perfectly. But yeah, 60 quid. Plus I had to get a couple of bags and whatnot. I'm not even really using that one. That was a waste of 20 quid really, but came in handy on the first day with a water bottle. But yeah, that's how this came about. Simple bit of curiosity and a bit of a fear of the unknown. And I love fear. I chase fear and danger because I often feel comfortable and I don't like it. Oh, I think I probably need to get around the side there, yeah. Yeah, fucking hell, man. It's great. Not that any of this is really dangerous, but it's sort of working on the same parts of the brain. The unknown, the what if. The when I lay my camping shit out in the woods at night alone in the dark, what's going to happen? Ooh. I really need that in my life. I don't know why. Perhaps it's something from my childhood. Growing up in hostile environment, shall we say. Not the conventional ways of growing up. Perhaps I long for danger for that reason, but either way, it's serving me fucking well, I tell you that. Because we're doing stuff like this. Screw it. Bonjour. And I forgot to add, just to test out whether it might be possible to do this, all I did was ride this from Thermiston, where I live in Leicester, to Sileby, which is something like 5-6 miles down a canal path and a couple of roads. So I did that and came back and I thought, yeah, alright, that'll get me back from France. At the time the fucking brakes were rubbing against the wheels and all sorts, so it was really hard to get 10 miles in, but I'm just crazy enough that I'll do it. Because why not? The saying of you only live once. But we have many, many years to live, so why not do some stuff while you're fit and able, instead of chasing gratification from others, the societal statuses that seem to be so fucking important to others. Oh, look at me with my car. Oh, look at me on my wedding day. It all just makes me sick, to be honest. That weddings, yeah. Well, I don't even really want to ever get invited to weddings. Sometimes I feel socially obliged, other times I've declined. It's a big show off for one day. I often find it's not for the couple, it's mostly for others, you know, the catering for others. And I'd just rather not be around those environments where it's all old friends that you've not really spoken to in years. No one really likes each other. We're just going to pretend to like each other for the day with loads of alcohol to mask the awkwardness of the situation. And we're going to put our arms around each other and say, oh, I miss you, man. It's all crap. Don't get me wrong, some people I will come to your wedding because you're a cool motherfucker, but most of the time they're not that cool, are they? If that triggered you, I don't care. Bonjour. And then beyond the wedding idea, the amount of money it costs for one day, I'd much rather take the love of my life all around the world with that money, on every beach, on every mountain top, beside every lake, watching every sunset, sunrise, whatever the occasion may be, simply expressing love to the other every single day. That's got to be better than any wedding, surely, for the amount that it costs. You could see the fucking world and have an absolute whirlwind of a romance, rather than a one-day dopamine hit and then off a cliff the next day. You know, divorce rates are so high. I often wonder if it's to make everyone either get in debt, first of all, if they don't have the money to front it, or for them to spend their stack that they've been trying to save for many, many years to deplete them. So it's almost like a bit of a manipulation tactic from, I don't know whether it's from, could have started with religion, I believe probably is that, but then the government and whatnot, the system, to make everyone think that that's what they want, to tick the box, the milestone. Bonjour. And yeah, I've witnessed my friends get divorced within years of them getting married. But you knew they were going to split up on the wedding day. You knew it wasn't going to last. But no one says anything, do they? Because, ooh, don't upset the apple cart. Don't rock the apple cart. Instead, just drink all their booze. Help them get in debt. It's fucking mad to me. Anyway, I'm ranting. I just hope whoever's watching this, listening, understands what I'm saying. Yes, we got a matey boy and his dog. He looks like he's camping. He's just walking as well. Fantastique. Is it a matey boy? Or is it a matey girl? Can't tell. Bonjour. You know, I'm sort of treating these video logs as a bit of a journal entry for other people to receive the message on the other side. Almost like, come and have a look into my diary, my personal notes, how I think, how I do things. Hopefully to fill others with confidence, maybe some inspiration that it's okay to do this. It is okay. So, here's a journal entry. What a lovely sound. Here's a journal entry about love and how sort of everyone is seeking love, or the feeling of the oxytocin rushing through the body, and often it stems from your childhood, whether it's trauma or whether it is built upon love. So for example, the man who is longing for a woman has unhealed traumas from his mother. His relationship with his mother is fractured, and he projects onto women what he required, or what he longed for from his mother that he was lacking. And when that is not fulfilled by the other, by the woman, for example, getting his clothes washed, having a plate of food, the simple things that your mother would do for you, he gets very angry and projects his aggression onto the woman. And she's unsure why. She can't work this out. But also, she's probably not perfect either. So the foundation of the relationship is built upon something very unstable, because they both probably want something. The woman probably has a fractured relationship with her father and is longing for a man to do the things she could have done with her father. And when that's not fulfilled, she projects onto the man how she's feeling from the inside, her shadow. And we need to get rid of the idea that you need somebody else. You don't need anyone else. What you need to do is sort out your relationship with yourself, your shadow. Confront the things about yourself that you're not happy with. Don't wait for somebody else to make you a whole. You need to be whole already when meeting someone. And then the foundation of the relationship is built up on something stable that can last. It's not about falling in love. It's about trying to stay in love. And I know this is rich coming from a single man. But trust me, I don't want for much in this life. This is perfect for me. And what happens is I seem to just meet amazing people with great character, and their souls are just blossoming. And I'm pretty sure this is because I don't project onto the other what I require from a relationship, because I already have that myself, which is why I can spend a lot of time alone and not give a shit about the loneliness, because I'm not alone, I'm in good company with myself. So it's just an idea, the art of letting go. You must let go of your age. If you didn't know, if we didn't have such thing as a birthday, you wouldn't know how old you were. You would just go on how you feel, how my body's holding up. Everyone's biological clock is different. Some people might be 40 but have the body of a fucking 60-year-old due to health problems. Someone can be 40 and have the body of a 30-year-old because they looked after themselves. So let go of the idea of you needing to find someone by a certain age because society says that's what you should be doing. I understand with a woman's body clock, her biological clock means it's not quite safe for her to have children beyond a certain time. So I understand the rush there. But if you can raise your consciousness and love yourself, your standards can raise, and then you don't need for anything. It will come to you. It just arrives at the right time. So I hope whoever's listening to this, watching this video, understands what I'm saying and doesn't think I'm just projecting a load of nonsense, because I know from my own personal experience of wanting, it often pushed things away, it repelled it. And now I just let things come to me, it just occurs. Buses, benches, trains, bars, gyms, wherever. I'm meeting women all over, everywhere. And for that reason, I'm not in a rush for any of it, because the caliber of women that I meet, it's risen. So that's my little journal entry. Peace out till the next fucking clip. Yeah. Pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. I'm alive. This is real. Gonna go and find a beer. I want to bask in the sunshine with my top off, potentially on this bench right here. I just want to have a moment, a few minutes. Very much like this, lifting the bike and taking all the gains from it, all of the gains. Yeah, sort of work it like that, like a nut job. Find out if we went the wrong way. I think the good thing about this bike riding holiday is I burn a serious amount of calories. Plus the sun's beating on me. I'm not eating loads of food either because it's just not what I do. 26 degrees today. Wow. So I can just stop for a beer and not feel too bad about that. All good. Here we go. Right, let's do this. Oh yeah, I've got a top on. Remember to put your clothes on, Jack. One thing about France is the percentages are so high. This is considered shit. I've had homeless people turn this down because they want something stronger. They don't drink this. I think I'll get passion fruit. Yeah. Right, that looks good. Good a spot as any for a couple of bevs, couple of beers. What are you saying? Come on in, mate. You want a beer by the river? Alright. If you say so. Oh yeah. And everything's okay again. Right. I had a bit of time. Chilling. A few beers and some deliberation. Lovely bit of silence in the mind. Of course brings loudness. But I've arrived in this really quite quaint town. And I think it's worth documenting. I noticed on the map, I'm going to go past a village called Champagne. So, you know what's going to happen. Surely, if it's coming from there, the champagne bottles are going to be cheaper, right? It's 26 degrees still. My legs are starting to they're feeling it. They're feeling it. So I don't even know if I'm still on the fucking route here. I guess. ViaRhôna. ViaRhôna. I still don't know how you pronounce it properly. Rhône? I feel like I'm off track. Yeah, look. Village called Champagne. Surely that means I'm in the Champagne region, although maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to do some research on that. But I figured I was going to just chill around here. I just came from here. Actually managed to do it pretty fast. Taking the brake off the front has improved the ride so much. But I always thought the Champagne region was more around there. The fact that there's a village called Champagne. I don't know. Anyway. I've got to go back, and I think this is my route. Let's find out. And on set seems to be a traffic jam. A jam of the traffic. Oh, yeah. But where have I got to go? Not over there. Oh, it says 31 degrees there. Maybe that was the maximum. Gangsters. I just don't know. Surely it's down there. Incredible scenery. And dance. Look. And dance. Wow. New seat on the bike. She's holding up good. There's no movement in it. Wow. France. What a place. Wow. Best idea ever. Best idea ever. This could be a highlight of my life. Although there's been many, this could be top.